Hey everyone, and welcome back to Peaceful Senior Life. Have you found yourself feeling a little more down than usual lately? Maybe those feelings stick around for days, even weeks, making it tough to enjoy the things you used to love. Perhaps you've noticed a change in your energy levels, or your sleep patterns have been off. These experiences, while pretty common as we go through life, could be signs of something more serious that affects a lot of seniors. Depression. It's important to understand that feeling sad or having a bad day is just a normal part of life. We all have our ups and downs, but when those feelings of sadness, hopelessness, or loss of interest hang around and start to get in the way of your daily life, it might be a sign of depression. For those of you who are new to our community, welcome. Peaceful Senior Life is a channel dedicated to giving you, our wonderful seniors here in the United States, helpful and practical information about your health and well-being. We believe that every stage of life should be filled with peace, joy, and good health, and we're here to support you on that journey. Today, we're going to talk about something super important for all of us as we get older: depression. It's a condition that affects millions of older adults, but it's often misunderstood or even brushed off as just a natural part of aging. But the truth is, depression is a treatable medical condition, and it's really important to recognize the signs, understand why it happens, and know where to go for help. Think about it for a second. Our senior years should be a time for relaxing, enjoying our families and friends, catching up on hobbies, and savoring the rewards of all our hard work. But for some folks, depression can cast a shadow over these golden years, making it hard to feel that joy and fulfillment. It can mess with our relationships, our physical health, our energy levels, and just our whole outlook on life. That's why today, we're going to have an open and honest chat about depression in seniors. We'll explore what the signs and symptoms are, why it's so crucial to get help, and what effective treatment options are out there right here in the United States. We want to empower you with the knowledge and resources you need to take care of your mental health, just like you take care of your physical health. In this video, you'll learn how to spot the key signs and symptoms of depression in older adults. We're going to go beyond just feeling sad and talk about the other ways depression can show up. Why depression in seniors is a big health deal, and why it's not just a normal part of getting older. We'll clear up some common misconceptions and highlight why it's important to address it. Practical steps you can take to get help if you think you or someone you know might be depressed. We'll give you information on who to talk to and where to find support. An overview of the different treatment options available for depression in older adults in the U.S. We'll talk about both therapy and medication, as well as lifestyle changes that can make a real difference. Our goal today is to give you clear, easy-to-understand information and to let you know that you're not alone. If you or someone you care about is struggling with depression, there's hope, and help is always available. Now let's dig a little deeper into the main part of our topic: recognizing the signs and symptoms of depression in older adults. It's really important to remember that depression can look different in everyone, and for seniors, some of the signs might be pretty subtle or easy to mistake for other age-related stuff. While feeling persistently sad or empty are classic signs of depression, they're not the only ones. Actually, some older adults might not even say they feel sad. Instead, they might experience other emotional, physical, and cognitive changes. Emotional signs of depression: persistent sadness or feeling down. This is the sign that most people recognize. It's more than just a temporary bad mood. It's a deep and ongoing feeling of unhappiness that lasts for most of the day, nearly every day, for at least 2 weeks. Loss of interest or pleasure in activities. This is a big one. If you find yourself no longer enjoying hobbies, social get-togethers, or things you used to get a kick out of, it could be a sign of depression. Maybe you've stopped gardening, playing cards with friends, or even watching your favorite TV shows. Feelings of hopelessness or pessimism. A sense that things will never get better, or a negative way of looking at the future, can be a strong emotional sign of depression. You might find yourself thinking that life is pointless or that there's no use in trying. Feelings of guilt, worthlessness, or helplessness. These negative feelings about yourself can be really damaging to your mental well-being. You might feel like a burden to others, or that you've messed something up, even if there's no clear reason why. Increased irritability, anxiety, or restlessness. Sometimes, instead of sadness, depression can show up as being more agitated, frustrated, or constantly feeling on edge. You might find yourself snapping at loved ones more easily, or feeling overwhelmed by everyday tasks. Difficulty experiencing pleasure. This is called anhedonia. It's the inability to feel joy or satisfaction even when good things happen or you have positive experiences. Picture someone who used to love spending time with their grandkids. If they suddenly start avoiding visits or don't seem interested in playing with them, even though nothing specific has happened, this could be a sign of depression. Physical signs of depression. Depression isn't just about how you feel emotionally. It can also have a significant impact on your physical health. Here are some physical signs to keep an eye out for. Changes in appetite or weight. You might notice a big drop in your appetite, leading to unintentional weight loss. Or on the flip side, you might find yourself eating more than usual and gaining weight. Changes in sleep patterns. This is a really common symptom. You might have trouble falling asleep, insomnia, wake up way too early and can't get back to sleep, or sleep much more than usual, hypersomnia, and still feel tired. Fatigue or loss of energy. Feeling constantly worn out, even after sleeping, is a key sign of depression. You might find it hard to do everyday things, or just feel unmotivated to do anything. Increased aches and pains. Sometimes, depression can show up as unexplained physical symptoms like headaches, back pain, joint pain, or stomach problems. These pains might not have a clear medical reason and might not get better with typical treatments. Slowed movement or speech. Other people might notice that you're moving or talking more slowly than usual. This is called psychomotor retardation. On the other hand, some folks might experience psychomotor agitation, which involves restlessness and fidgeting. Think about someone who used to enjoy their daily walks. If they suddenly stop going out, complain about being constantly tired even without doing much, and there's no other medical reason for it, depression could be playing a role. Cognitive signs of depression. Depression can also affect how you think and concentrate. Here are some cognitive signs to watch out for. Difficulty thinking, concentrating, or making decisions. You might find it harder to focus on tasks, remember things, or make even simple choices. This can lead to frustration and feeling overwhelmed. Memory problems. Depression can sometimes look like or make age-related memory decline worse. You might find yourself forgetting things more often, or having trouble remembering recent events. Feelings of worthlessness or excessive guilt. Like we talked about earlier under emotional signs, these negative thoughts can also be considered cognitive symptoms since they involve negative feelings about yourself. Preoccupation with death or suicidal thoughts. In really serious cases of depression, people might start thinking about death or even have thoughts of hurting themselves. It is absolutely crucial to get help right away if you or someone you know is having suicidal thoughts. We'll share some resources for this later in the video. It's important to remember that not everyone who's depressed will have all of these symptoms. The combination and how bad the symptoms are can vary a lot from person to person. Also, some of these symptoms, like fatigue or changes in sleep, can also be related to other medical conditions or just the normal aging process. That's why it's so important to talk to a healthcare professional if you're worried about any of these changes. Now, let's talk about why depression in older adults is such an important health concern. Like we mentioned before, it's not just a normal part of getting older. While life changes like retirement, losing loved ones, or dealing with ongoing health issues can definitely lead to feelings of sadness and grief. These are different from clinical depression. Grief is a natural response to loss, and while it can be really intense and last a while, it usually comes in waves and tends to get better over time. With depression, the feelings of sadness, hopelessness, or lack of interest are more constant, and they affect everything. They often get in the way of daily life and can really bring down a person's quality of life. Untreated depression in older adults can have some serious consequences. It can make existing physical health problems worse. Depression can weaken your immune system and make it harder to manage ongoing conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis. Increase the risk of developing new health problems. Studies have shown a link between depression and a higher risk of things like stroke and memory problems. Lead to social isolation and loneliness. Depression can make people want to withdraw from social activities and relationships, leading to feelings of being alone and lonely, which in turn can make depression worse. Impair cognitive function. Like we discussed, depression can affect memory, concentration, and decision-making, which can make everyday tasks and staying independent harder. Increase the risk of suicide. Sadly, older adults have a higher rate of suicide than other age groups, and depression is a major factor in this. These are some serious potential outcomes, which is why it's so vital to recognize the signs of depression and get help. We want to emphasize that experiencing depression isn't a sign of weakness or a flaw in your character. It's a medical condition that can be treated effectively. Unfortunately, there can sometimes be a stigma attached to mental health issues, especially among older generations. Some folks might feel ashamed or embarrassed to admit they're struggling with their mental health. They might think they should just snap out of it, or that getting help is a sign of failure. We want to be clear. There is absolutely no shame in getting help for depression. It's a sign of strength and self-awareness. Just like you'd see a doctor for a physical problem, it's just as important to get professional help for your mental well-being. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So, what should you do if you recognize some of these signs in yourself or in someone you care about? The first and most important thing is to reach out and talk to someone. Talk to your primary care physician, PCP. Your family doctor is a great place to start. They can check your symptoms, rule out any underlying medical conditions that might be contributing to how you're feeling, and give you referrals to mental health professionals if needed. Don't hesitate to bring up your concerns during your regular checkup or schedule a separate appointment to talk about them. Talk to a trusted family member or friend. Sharing how you're feeling with someone you trust can be incredibly helpful. They can offer emotional support and encourage you to get professional help. If you're worried about a loved one, gently tell them your concerns and offer your support. Contact a mental health professional directly. You can also reach out directly to a psychologist, psychiatrist, social worker, or counselor who specializes in working with older adults. You can find these professionals through your insurance provider, online directories, or by asking your PCP for recommendations. Here are some resources that can help you find mental health services in the United States. Your insurance provider. Most health insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, offer coverage for mental health services. Check your plan's website or call their member services line to find a list of in-network providers. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, SAMHSA. SAMHSA has a national helpline that provides information and referrals to treatment facilities, support groups, and community-based organizations. You can reach them at 1-800-662-HELP, 4357. The National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH. The NIMH website, NIMH.nih.gov, has a ton of information about depression and other mental health conditions, including how to find help. The Elder Care Locator. This service, provided by the U.S. Administration on Aging, can help you find local resources and services for older adults, including mental health services. You can reach them at 1-800-677-1116 or visit their website at eldercare.acl.gov. Local Area Agency on Aging, AAA. Your local AAA can provide information about services and programs for seniors in your community, which may include mental health support. You can find your local AAA online. Don't wait until things feel unbearable to get help. The sooner you reach out, the sooner you can start feeling better. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It can sometimes feel a little nerve-wracking to talk to your doctor about your mental health. Here are some tips that might make it easier. Be honest and open. Describe your symptoms as clearly and honestly as you can. Don't downplay how you're feeling. Be specific. Instead of just saying you feel down, try to describe the specific emotions you're experiencing, like sadness, hopelessness, irritability. Mention when the symptoms started, how often they happen, and how they're affecting your daily life. Prepare a list. Before your appointment, you might find it helpful to jot down a list of your symptoms and any questions you have for your doctor. Bring a support person, if you want. If you feel more comfortable, you can ask a trusted family member or friend to come with you to your appointment. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Make sure you understand your doctor's recommendations and don't hesitate to ask for clarification if anything is unclear. Doctors are there to help you. They are trained to understand and treat mental health conditions. Remember that your doctor wants to support your overall well-being, both physically and mentally. Luckily, depression in older adults is very treatable. There are several effective treatment options available, and often a combination of approaches works best. The main treatment options for depression include psychotherapy, talk therapy, medication, antidepressants, lifestyle changes, and self-care strategies. Let's take a closer look at each of these. Psychotherapy, often called talk therapy, involves meeting with a trained mental health professional to discuss your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It can give you a safe and supportive space to explore the reasons behind your depression, learn ways to cope, and develop strategies for managing your symptoms. There are several different types of psychotherapy that have been shown to be effective for treating depression in older adults. Some common approaches include cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT focuses on finding and changing negative thought patterns and behaviors that contribute to depression. It helps you learn practical skills for managing your mood and dealing with stressful situations. Interpersonal therapy, IPT. IPT focuses on improving your relationships and social interactions, since these can often play a big role in depression. It helps you identify and address any interpersonal issues that might be contributing to your symptoms. Problem-solving therapy. This type of therapy helps you develop practical strategies for solving problems and reducing stress in your life, which can be especially helpful for older adults facing specific challenges. Psychodynamic therapy. This approach explores deeper, often unconscious patterns of thinking and feeling that might be contributing to your depression. It can help you gain a better understanding of yourself and your emotional experiences. Supportive therapy. This type of therapy provides a safe and non-judgmental place for you to talk about your feelings and experiences. The therapist offers empathy and support to help you deal with your difficulties. Some people might feel hesitant about trying therapy, thinking it's only for serious problems or that it won't work for them. However, therapy can be incredibly beneficial for a wide range of mental health concerns, including depression. It's a process of self-discovery and growth that can empower you to take control of your well-being. Imagine someone who has been feeling isolated and lonely since their spouse passed away. Through therapy, they might explore these feelings, learn new ways to connect with others, and develop a stronger sense of purpose, leading to a significant improvement in their mood and overall happiness. Medication, specifically antidepressant medications, can also be a very effective treatment for depression. These medications work by helping to balance certain chemicals in the brain that are involved in mood. Think of it like this. Sometimes, the natural chemicals in your brain that help you feel good might be a little out of whack when you're depressed. Antidepressants can help to get that balance back, making it easier for you to feel better. There are several different types of antidepressants available, and your doctor will work with you to find the one that's the best fit for your specific needs and medical history. Some common types include selective serotonin, reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs. These are often the first medications prescribed for depression because they tend to have fewer side effects than older antidepressants. Examples include sertraline, Zoloft, escitalopram, Lexapro, and fluoxetine, Prozac. Serotonin norepinephrine, reuptake inhibitors, SNRIs. These medications increase the levels of both serotonin and norepinephrine in the brain. Examples include venlafaxine, Effexor, and duloxetine, Cymbalta. Tricyclic antidepressants, TCAs. These are older antidepressants that can be effective but may have more side effects than SSRIs and SNRIs. Examples include amitriptyline and nortriptyline. Monoamine oxidase inhibitors, MAOIs. These are another older class of antidepressants that aren't used as much today because of potential interactions with certain foods and medications. It's really important to work closely with your doctor if you're thinking about taking antidepressants. They'll need to carefully look at your symptoms and medical history to decide on the best medication and dosage for you. It's also important to understand that antidepressants don't work right away. It can take several weeks or even months to feel the full effects. Like all medications, antidepressants can have side effects. Your doctor will talk to you about potential side effects before you start taking any medication. It's important to tell your doctor about any side effects you experience so they can keep an eye on you and make any necessary changes to your treatment plan. It's also important to know that antidepressants aren't happy pills that will magically make all your problems disappear. They're medications that can help lift your mood and make it easier for you to participate in therapy and other activities that can improve your well-being. Also, you won't necessarily have to take them forever. Many people are able to eventually stop taking antidepressants under their doctor's guidance once their depression has improved and stabilized. Besides therapy and medication, making positive lifestyle changes and practicing self-care can play a big role in managing and overcoming depression. These strategies can go hand in hand with professional treatment and help you feel better overall. Regular exercise. Physical activity has been shown to have a powerful effect on mood. Even moderate exercise like walking, swimming, or gardening can release endorphins, which have mood-boosting effects. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week, if your health allows. Always check with your doctor before starting a new exercise program. Healthy diet. Eating a balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein can also support your mental health. Try to cut back on processed foods, sugary drinks, and too much unhealthy fat. Staying hydrated by drinking enough water is also important. Sufficient sleep. Getting enough restful sleep is crucial for both your physical and mental health. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Set up a regular sleep schedule, create a relaxing bedtime routine, and make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. Social engagement. Connecting with others is vital for our well-being. Make an effort to stay involved in social activities, spend time with loved ones, and nurture your relationships. Join clubs, volunteer, or just reach out to friends and family regularly. Engage in hobbies and interests. Doing things you enjoy can help lift your spirits and give you a sense of purpose. Make time for hobbies like reading, painting, listening to music, playing games, or anything else that brings you pleasure. Mindfulness and relaxation. Techniques. Practicing mindfulness techniques like meditation, deep breathing exercises, or yoga can help you manage stress and improve your mood. There are lots of free resources available online and through apps that can guide you. Structure and routine. Having a daily routine can provide a sense of stability and purpose, which can be especially helpful when you're feeling down. Try to stick to a regular schedule for meals, activities, and sleep. Limit alcohol and avoid illicit drugs. Alcohol and drugs can make depression worse and interfere with how well treatment works. If you're struggling with substance use, please reach out for help. I know someone who found that joining a senior walking group not only improved their physical health but also helped them connect with new people and really lifted their mood. It's amazing what a difference simple lifestyle changes can make. If you're worried that someone you know might be struggling with depression, there are many ways you can offer support. Darksidium. Learn about depression. Understanding the signs and symptoms of depression will help you recognize when someone might be having a tough time. Express your concern and offer support. Gently tell your loved one that you're concerned in a caring and non-judgmental way. Let them know you're there for them and want to help. Listen actively. Sometimes the most helpful thing you can do is just listen without judging. Let your loved one talk about their feelings and acknowledge their pain. Encourage them to seek professional help. Gently suggest that they talk to their doctor or a mental health professional. Offer to help them find resources or even go with them to an appointment if they're willing. Be patient and understanding. Recovering from depression takes time, and there might be ups and downs along the way. Be patient and understanding with your loved one and continue to offer your support. Help with practical tasks. Depression can make it hard to do everyday things. Offer to help with things like grocery shopping, laundry, or making meals. Encourage social engagement. Gently encourage them to participate in social activities they used to enjoy, but don't push them if they're not ready. Take care of yourself. Supporting someone with depression can be emotionally draining. Make sure you're also taking care of your own well-being and getting support if you need it. Remember that you can't force someone to get help, but your love and support can make a real difference. Let them know that you believe in them and that things can get better. We've covered a lot of important information today about depression in seniors, and I hope you found it helpful and informative. Let's take a moment to quickly go over the main points. We learned that depression in older adults is a common but serious medical condition that's not just a normal part of aging. We talked about the different signs and symptoms, which can include feeling persistently sad, losing interest in things, changes in appetite and sleep, fatigue, trouble concentrating, and feeling worthless. We also emphasized how important it is to get help if you or someone you know is experiencing these symptoms. Talking to your doctor is a crucial first step, and there are many effective treatment options available, including psychotherapy, medication, and lifestyle changes. It's so important to remember that depression is treatable, and getting help is a sign of strength, not weakness. There's no shame in admitting you're struggling and reaching out for support. Just like any other health condition, depression needs attention and care. Many older adults who experience depression go on to live fulfilling and happy lives with the right treatment and support. Getting better is possible, and you don't have to go through this alone. If you've been feeling down, hopeless, or just not yourself lately, please know that you're not alone. Many others have felt this way, and help is available. Take that first step and talk to someone you trust, a family member, a friend, or your doctor. Remember all the strength and resilience you've shown throughout your life. You've overcome challenges before, and you can overcome this too. Be kind to yourself, and allow yourself to accept help. It's also important to understand that recovery might not be a straight line. There might be good days and bad days. Be patient with yourself and continue to work with your healthcare team. Celebrate the small victories and don't get discouraged by setbacks. You deserve to enjoy your senior years to the fullest, filled with peace, joy, and connection. Taking care of your mental health is an essential part of that. You have the power to take control of your well-being and get the help you need to thrive. Now, as we wrap up today's video, I want to encourage you to take a moment to think about what we've discussed. Have you experienced any of the signs of depression we talked about? Do you know someone who might be struggling? Please feel free to share your thoughts, experiences, or any questions you might have in the comments section below. We read your comments and appreciate you being a part of our peaceful senior life community. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to our channel, we would love to have you join us. Click the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on future videos with valuable information about senior health and well-being. We have many more topics planned that we think you'll find beneficial. If anything we discussed today resonated with you, and you think you might be experiencing depression, please take that important first step and talk to your doctor, or reach out to one of the resources we mentioned earlier in the video. Here are a few key resources again. SAMHSA National Helpline, 1-800-662-HELP, 4357. National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH. Website, nimh.nih.gov. Eldercare. Locator, 1-800-677-11166 or eldercare.accl.gov. Remember, you don't have to carry this burden alone. There are people who care and want to help. Reaching out is a sign of strength and the first step towards feeling better. In our upcoming videos, we'll be covering more topics related to senior health, including managing anxiety, tips for better sleep, and staying physically active as we age. So, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today on Peaceful Senior Life. Remember to be kind to yourself. Take things one day at a time, and never hesitate to reach out for support when you need it. We're all in this together, and we believe in you.